Hi, and welcome back to It's Not Rocket Science, 5 questions over coffee. I'm delighted today, not only to have my coffee in front of me with my bears on them, which are my favorite bears in the world, but also to have Jacqueline Conway with me, who is a marketer and brand strategist with Conway Consulting. Uh, she has a background in music and fashion marketing and has been working with clients through Conway with their one sale a day club and bringing clients through their signature marketing framework called the Brand Project. So, Jacqueline, absolutely delighted to be here with you. And thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us this morning.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to chat about business and helping people and all the things. So it's
Brilliant.
a great day to start
Okay.
today.
So let's start with what you do with Conway. Who is it you're trying to help, and what's the problem they've got that you're trying to help them to overcome?
Sure. Well, do you mind if I set the table first and just explain what Conway is? Because I'm sure it's a little vague at this point for everyone. So Conway Consulting is a elite mentorship company. It's coaching, consulting, events. We do lots of different things, but we support clients through helping them achieve their goals. And my husband, Dave, is the kind of, I don't know, we call him what do we call him? There's a really good slang that my team member calls him. He's the show that makes the dough, so to speak. So he's the speaker, he's the coach. And then I, help lead all the operations and marketing and product endeavors behind the scenes. So it's kind of like this unification of us together. Like both of us kind of bring our expertise to the table to create a really amazing experience for our clients.
And who are those clients? What's the problem you're helping them to solve?
Sure. So our clients that we work with are typically already in business. So they're either entrepreneurs, they're potentially sometimes coaches or consultants. Lots of times there's people working in the real estate industry or finance or insurance, different kind of professional services like that. And the issue is that they're stuck. So typically what will happen in life is, you go to high school, you maybe go to university, you get a job, you start working in your career, and it's almost like you start to plateau sometimes. It's like you need that goal or that North Star to direct you. And where people sometimes fall down is that they kind of knock down all these big goals and then they start going and earning income, start a family maybe. And then they suddenly sort of hit this roadblock where they're not growing in the same way that they were before. And so I find when we run our seminars and our events, that's a common thread. It's something we hear a lot. It's like, I've got some success under my belt, but I'm just stuck. I'm not feeling inspired anymore. I've lost a bit of motivation. I need something to sort of fuel my mind and get me thinking differently, open up different ideas for myself. That's really common. So the biggest challenge is really, as we say at Conway, goallessness. Because if we don't have this really exciting direction that we're moving toward, we don't have that motivation, that inspiration to keep going.
And what are the clients you work with? What have they tried before that hasn't quite worked? That's different about what you're doing with them in Conway.
Yep, good question. I would say lots of them have done other programs or mentorships. Maybe they've done some mindset, work before. Maybe they've read a lot of books or they've gone to seminars. And so it's not that they're not trying to kind of solve this problem, to really fall in love with a goal or to really get clear on their purpose and some of the deeper understandings about life for themselves. They are doing these things, but sometimes the penny hasn't dropped yet. And suddenly they come into our ecosystem, into our sphere, and they hear the information in a whole new way. And suddenly it starts to land. And truly, not to brag, we do get some really amazing results coming out of our client base. We've seen people come in that are making, maybe $8,000, $10,000 a month in their business. And today they're over $500,000 a month. That's one client that's been with us for about 3 years. We've got somebody that had a successful wealth management firm and started working with Dave and did a one-day seminar and made over $350,000 in a single seminar. We're seeing these this explosive growth, and those results are common. There's many stories I could share about this transformation. And I think it's just the delivery mechanism of how we present the material. So if you are trying to improve your life, improve your business, feel that sense of ownership and growth in yourself, and you're typically going after that, coming into Conway seems to just sort of speed that up.
That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. And I know you have got an offer which would help people to understand a little bit about themselves, which I'm going
Yeah.
to put on screen now. To talk to us about what this is in terms of a quiz, I understand.
Well, it's a 21-day challenge, and it's called, well, we have Manifest with Conway. It's a 21-day manifestation challenge. And the whole thing is predicated around going after what we like to call like a sprint goal. So for the next 21 days, you set, like a challenge for yourself, and it's very personal experience. You don't have to share it with anybody, and you choose it yourself. It could be, I want to land, 10 clients in the next 21 days. It could be, I want to like reboot my personal brand in the next 21 days. I want to revolutionize my health. I mean, you could do whatever you want with it. And so you select that. There's a beautiful workbook that'll help you do that. It has prompts. It helps you work through what that goal is going to be for yourself. And again, it's not daunting. It's just 21 days. That's it. And then we'll email you every single day for those 21 days to keep you accountable, remind you to do the challenge work that's included in the workbook. And it's just our gift to help people start to get that goal and start to feel maybe some of that inspiration that they might be missing right now.
Sounds like something we should all be doing, actually, to be honest. And maybe we'll try and encourage a few more people to get onto the website and pick up that challenge to try and push through that. And it sounds like you get some really great results.
That's right. Great results with this challenge. Even, people that send us, their wins. Someone said that they had like dropped like weight. Some people use it for weight loss. Someone was saying that they landed X number of clients. Even internally in our team, we used it for a particular launch as a team. We were like, let's use the 21-day sprint model to like help us like do this launch. And then we had like the best results we ever had, because what it does is it just starts to focus your mind to the exclusion of noise. It's just like, okay, I'm really going to go all in on this 21-day sprint for myself. And I'm going to ignore any other ideas that are trying to pull at me right now. Because as you know, like we can get distracted, our focus can get pulled around, right? And so what this does is it really helps you, what we like to say, it's like 5x your focus. It's like, it helps you just zero in on this like one thing that you really want to accomplish and achieve. And it just takes all this powerful energy in your mind and focuses it. So that's what it'll help people do.
Love it. I love it. I encourage people to get on to conway.consulting/manifest with Conway and have a look at that challenge. Jacqueline, is there a book or program that sort of began to spark your interest in how to help people do this? Was there something which was the original thing that got you to this and that you'd like to share with the audience?
Yeah, sure. Well, Dave and I have an interesting story. So like I used to work in music marketing. Dave used to actually be a carpenter. So we had very different lives about 6 years ago. And Dave has always been interested in personal development and read a lot of like Napoleon Hill's work and Earl Nightingale's, and Bob Proctor was his like all-time favorite. And he said to me in 2017, he's like, we need to go to this seminar in LA with Bob. And me being sort of like the burnt out, tired mom, I was just like, you can go to the seminar. I'll come with you, but I'm just going to go to the beach. You enjoy it. And then like, we'll hang out at night. And he's like, no. That's not how this works. Like we go to this together. And I was like, okay, because I've always been supportive. So we went to the seminar together with Bob, and we kind of marked that seminar as like really the date when our life really transformed. So that was the date when Dave decided to become a coach. And I remember leaving that event and being just sort of like observant of my life at that point. It was almost like, I was like, yeah, why am I doing the things I'm doing? Why am I thinking I've got everything figured out when I clearly don't? It was a very humbling experience. And it was also just this opportunity to zoom out and really look at my life. So when Dave made the decision to become a coach, I'm an event marketer. And so I said, well, I'll help you. I'll help you with your business. And here I am, years later, kind of running the company. But I was like, I'll help you run, seminars and workshops. And, I know that world. I've been in events marketing world forever. So I'll help you with that. And, he was still working as a carpenter. And then we ran this seminar together. It was actually the last day of my very last day at my previous job was the day of our first seminar, which is kind of poetic in a way. And it was because I was pregnant. I was going on maternity leave. So that was like my last day of work. And that was our first seminar. And I remember Dave tells this story really funny, but he's like, I installed a kitchen that day as a carpenter and I made $400. And then that night I went and did a personal development talk and I made $20,000. And like we sold 4 clients for $5,000. And that was like our first event. And so it was kind of like, wow, there's a real opportunity here, not only to help and serve people, but to earn the income that we want and to, put all these amazing skills we have to work as well. So that was our very first event, 2017. And now flash forward to today. And, we work with hundreds of clients. We've served thousands of people. We produce mastermind events all over North America called Freedom Mastermind and Vision Maker. And we do these amazing events for people. And it all started because somebody asked us to just dream, which is really, really cool. So that's why we tell people to do the same thing. Just start to think, start to dream again, because you can let yourself go free for a little while and suddenly like a lot of magic can start to pour in.
I love the story. There must be a question though at the moment that you're wondering why I haven't asked you. So my 5th question to you is what's the question I should by now have asked you? And obviously once you worked out what that question is, I really love you to answer it for us.
Sure. I would say an important question that any person can ask themselves in business is, well, what's the key to my success? Ask them to themselves, like, what I feel is the key to my success. And if I was to ask myself that question, what has been the key to our success thus far? And what I think will continue to be the key to our success is service. Always focusing on the service of others, helping them gain the knowledge and understanding of what's holding them back. Like what I mentioned, goallessness being one of the main things that holds people back a lot of the time. And I know that when we lean into this idea of providing exceptional service, excellence in service, just everything falls into place, because it's really not about me or the founder. It's always about the clients. It's all about the people. So we just always keep top of mind, what is the best thing for our clients? What's the best experience we can possibly create? How can we surprise and delight people all the time? How can we make them feel seen and heard and appreciated, and just put as much energy and effort into them as we can? So that's what I feel our key to success is, but I think everyone should ask themselves that question.
Oh, it's a brilliant question to ask. Actually, I really love the idea of asking that question.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? And so many businesses, I think, fail to do that. I've worked with a couple of business owners recently, and the first question I asked is, so what is it that you do which is different to others? Why are you in the business? And when they don't give you an answer, you know that somehow there's not going to be the sort of legs to really drive through to sort of scale, is it? Because people, if they don't have that passion, if they're not keen, if they don't really recognize what they're going to do to sort of change the lives of other people and how they're there to serve them, they can never ever make a success of what they're trying to do.
That's right. Well, a big problem in entrepreneurship is what we like to describe as like inverted energy, where people worry too much about themselves and they don't just release their passion and their service into the market. Because if you're struggling with something, if you're like doubting, or if you're like feeling fearful about, I'm not making enough money this month, I'm not serving, or the money's not coming in, or something like that, that just means that you're just thinking about yourself. And if you were to go out and just start to serve others and release energy out into the market, the money will come in. It's just how it works. You deliver service, the money comes in. Is it always through the direct line that you serve in? Not always. That's always been our experience. Sometimes, honestly, this is kind of nuts, but we'll do workshops for thousands of people and not very many people will sign up for mentorships. And then suddenly 5 clients will just come out of the woodwork, high elite clients. And we're like, well, this is very interesting. I mean, that's kind of funny, isn't it? And so we always look at those situations and we always analyze them. And we're like, well, how come this didn't necessarily attract the people, but they still came anyway? So you always have to just look at, are you releasing energy? Are you just in service of people? Are you inverting your energy? Or, anytime we have fear, doubt, worry, that just means we've just entered into a state of almost like selfishness. And it's like, well, no, just get out there and help somebody. And suddenly the problem will likely just go away.
Well, you heard it here. If you're not in business to help others, if you're not thinking of your clients first, if you're not thinking of what it is you're there to do to serve your customer, you are burning out, and you need to rethink why you're in business. And I love that message, Jacqueline. I I really love the energy you've given off today and the way that you've put that. I think it's fantastic. Thank you so much for just spending a few minutes with us today talking about that. I am just going to invite people, if there is, if you want to get an email from me on a Monday, it goes out on Monday, telling you who's coming up on the podcast on Tuesday, so that you can prepare to watch these brilliant shows live and catch up with past issues. Please go on to our newsletter. That's at link.thecompleteapproach.co.uk/newsletter. That's link.thecompleteapproach.co.uk/newsletter, and get yourself on that newsletter list so that you too can hear brilliant people like Jacqeline come here and tell us about the wonderful things they're doing at Conway Consulting. Jacqeline, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us.
Well,
I really appreciate the time you spent.
Thank you very much.
And look, we'll keep in touch. We'll see what other things you're up to at Conway Consulting.
Sounds good. I love it.
Speak to you very soon.
Take care.